Okay, we're going to go on, we're going to move on now from subs. We're going to look at something a bit more interesting, something that's a bit more universal as well. Chokes. Chokes are pretty cool. It's probably my favourite place to be in a lot of scenarios. Chokes, ground and pound. Arm bars are relative to the size and strength of the other person. It depends on what they can do and where they can go. To how powerful their arms are and how much movement they've got. Whereas chokes, you can get anyone around the throat, squeeze it hard enough, they'll tap. So it doesn't really matter whether they're 10 foot tall and sort of like 350 pounds. It doesn't really matter weight and size what they are. They'll still choke out in relation to an arm bar, whereas you've got someone that's very powerful. It's a big barrel. So chokes are cool. The first choke we're going to look at is one that's very popular. It's gained huge sort of like notoriety, which is known as the triangle. The triangle choke is quite cool. We're going to use it from probably the most easiest way of applying it, which is from a guard position from your back. It's very effective, but quite technical, so take your time on it, don't try and rush through it. If you rush through it, you're going to end up with a kind of a mumbly sort of like substandard sub. So we'll get straight on with it. I'm going to take my back and so he's going to get into my guard. So I'm going to move on now to this position. Alright, once in, yeah, again, you've got to stick to the same rules that we've stuck to all the way through. I don't want any movement, I don't want any space either, I want any gaps. If there's gaps, then you can move and get around it. So I'm going to start off in a guard position. I'm closed up and I'm going to gain control. One of several things I need to do, I need to make sure that I'm isolating the right arm to the right leg position that I'm moving to. So, if I'm going to choke off using this arm, I need to do the opposite to what we've done in some subs before, like reversals. I'm going to use this leg. So this leg's going to come into that spider guard position, and once it's in, I'm going to use it to shift my hip right across. Once he's across, I now have this control, and I can start working on pushing this shoulder back. Once it's pushed back, I'm going to pull my leg down into a rubber guard. So this goes back, and I'm going to get nicely back, and I'm going to push this over. What I tend to do, you'll notice here, which is slightly different to a lot of people when they're doing it, is I move my whole body way over when this is in. It's now here, and I'm pointing on a 45-degree angle. Once I have this, I can now grab and torque it down. If you notice, his bicep now pretty much is in his chin sort of throat area. That's what I'm after. Right, once I've got this, torque it all in tight, post the leg over the top, and he's there. As you can see, works quite well. So once I'm in there, we're going to move back to position, and we're in. Okay, so I've got him here. He's symmetrical to me. I need to grab whichever hand I'm going to utilise, fist in, and I'm going to push back. And as I do, I'm going to shift my hip, rotate, and pull my body over. Once I've got this on this like bizarre, strange sort of angle, you'll notice when I'm over here. Right, from here, it's cool. I've now got him tapped. I can let go of the hand now, I don't need it, because I've got this in. Once I have this, I can then post this over. If, for argument's sake, the triangle starts to fail, and my legs start sliding down, just revoke back to the arm, and go for an arm bar, okay? If not, keep it in place, and go for the choke, okay? It's quite an effective little sub. It's one that it's getting quite a lot of, I said, fame and notoriety through a lot of the very popularised fighting systems that you see on, say, UFC, Pride, etc., stuff like that. You see it used quite a lot. It's quite flashy. Suppleness is quite important. Make sure you've got suppleness of back before you start applying it, and then you can get your leg into a good rubber guard. You can put them up nice and tight. If not, you find it you can feel a bit restricted within it, and then your opponent's just going to start dropping nice little bombs on you, a little bit of ground and pound, you're going to get your shot taken out. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's a triangle.